in goal tonight. Do I say it? Fast and quick. That's it, fast and quick. Victor Fast, of course, came over last year. Jonathan Quick gets the start once again after Martin Jones had the last game. So the battle in goal. Again, they talked in the pregame show about perhaps Ben Scrivens. Look at it this way, Bob. When you're practicing, a goaltender has to worry about 20 shooters. The shooter only has to worry about 2 goaltenders. So the shooters get to know the goaltenders a lot better than the goaltenders get to know the shooters. And for that reason, I think Dallas Aiken, the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers, is saying, you know what? I don't want to put Ben Scrivens in there because the Kings shooters know him so well. And maybe that's one of the reasons you get to start tonight with Fast going against Quick. And right now, play-by-play, Bob Miller. Well, the Kings get the shot early right there, trying to put the Edmonton Oilers certainly back on their heels, and that's something that the Kings will try to concentrate on, maybe more so in this game, just because of the makeup of the Edmonton Oilers. They're a young team. They're a team that has struggled at the beginning of seasons. Dallas Aiken, their head coach, has been talking about that of late, where he just wants to make sure that it's not that here we go again syndrome. The Edmonton Oilers, though, they have a lot of skill. We'll talk about that all night long. They can move the puck, they can skate with the puck, and they can shoot the puck.
Here I am. Puck is thrown down in behind the net.
Where'd you go?
By Carter. Now along the boards, taken by the Edmonton Oilers, and back to Nikita Nikitin. They got him, signed him as a free agent after he got traded to them, but when he signed, he was a free agent. He came from the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the puck up the right side, and now not cleared out yet. Kings hold it in at the left point. Williams gets it to Kopitar. Kopitar tried to get away from a check. Got knocked down to one knee. Goes in to try and get it again. Pokes it over to Williams. Williams knocked down there behind the net. And the puck is not cleared out. Held in at the left point by the Kings. Martinez. Right side shot by Kopitar and a save. Good thing Martinez got that puck at the blue line, because the Oilers had 2 players going the other way.
The Oilers were certainly poaching on the play, and that's their style, to go for it more than to sit back. But Martinez did keep it in, and once he did, Richards was able to get it far side, so the Kings changing the point of attack. That always makes it more difficult for the defenders to figure out what's going on. And Foss just got a piece of that one, maybe off the arm, then the post. Andrei Kopitar first good chance.
And the Oilers get it up to center ice now, and the Kings take it away at their own blue line as Green sends it down in deep. Green and Martinez are back defensively into the corner, and we get a scrap back at the blue line here now. And right away, Andy Andrioff gets into a scrap there with Matt Hendricks.
So Andrioff, known as the type of player that's going to be honest, tough. He's going to get under the skin of guys, and he gets out there, Bob, for his first shift, and yeah, he likes it. Now, certainly Hendricks held his own, if not more than that in that situation, but you can understand Andrioff just trying to get rid of those nerves. Hey, take the draw. Both guys, Hendricks goes down on the play. That might have been Boyd Gordon taking the draw. So they just kind of figure out what's going on, and maybe a little chirping. Yeah, that's what it was. You can see. And I'll say that the NHL is looking at those situations closer and closer, where those guys didn't come together at all. It was just a matter of maybe predetermined, and then he gets his job done. He gets involved in the game real early, drops the glove, 5-minute maybe.
Well, he was the number 2 pick, 80th overall by the Kings in 2011. He played 76 games at Manchester, the Kings team in the American Hockey League last year. He gets 5 minutes for fighting, as does Matt Hendricks of the Oilers. 150 into the game. So it's still a 5-on-5 situation as far as skaters are concerned. Kings try to hold it in the Oilers' zone. No score here in the first period. Puck comes up to center ice, and Matt Green drives it back into the Oilers' zone, but a whistle on the play here, and face-off going to come up.
Hyundai keys to the game. Start. Again, it's more about the Oilers. They haven't got off to the start they wanted this year. They're a young team, and they don't want to get into that here we go again. It's up to the Kings to take it to the Oilers. Mike Richards will see time on the left wing with Kopitar and Williams. Well, he'll be in a different position, and he has a chance and an opportunity. Andriov, Nurse, two young players, first NHL game. We also have another player in his first NHL game. That's Bogdan Yakimov. Big 6'5", 232 for the Edmonton Oilers. So a lot of things going on, a lot of action, and a lot of nerves, I'm sure, down on the ice.
Kings tip it across the Oiler line, and now Edmonton controls it. Leon Draisaitl, he's only 18 years old for the Oilers. He dropped it back here on the right wing side now. A shot and a save by Quick. Didn't control the rebound, though. Comes into the corner. Justin Schultz got the shot. Then another shot and a save. That shot from back at the blue line, that was by Darnell Nurse, the rookie that Jim just talked about. And the save was made by Quick. Now up to center ice, thrown in by Voinov.
Nurse goes for a huge hit right there. He had the lead with his arms. He went on Voinov, got enough of him, and then another big one right there. So Nurse doing his job. Andriov did the same.
Kings take it away and score! Carter got it right in the slot. And the Kings have a 1-0 lead. So some big hits, but while they're hitting the Kings are scoring goals.
Guess who? That 70s line and the puck movement. You're right, Bob. You're trying to catch up Nurse with his second big hit, but Pearson able to keep it alive. That's the difference. Then it goes down to Toffoli, one stick handle, and no wasted motion or time from Jeff Carter. You can see he just kind of swipes at it. Foss doesn't pick it up. It goes between the legs of the defender. Nurse was very physical, and I liked what he did on that first shift. But you saw Pearson. He fought through the defenseman. Pearson a little stronger on his skates, gets the puck loose. Kings lead 1-0.
So Jeff Carter with his third of the year. Toffoli and Pearson with the assist, and the Kings jump out to a 1-0 lead. Oilers have it back in the Kings zone again and drive it in deep. Doughty back to get it. There's no question early in this game what the Oiler plan is, and that is take the body. They're doing it every chance they get. Puck comes down in back behind the net to Brown. Brown couldn't hang on. Taken away and tipped over now to Mark Fane. He was with New Jersey and came over to the Edmonton Oilers. 3:06 the time of the goal. Carter's third of the season, and that 70s line remains red hot. Back up to center ice. Here's Kopitar. Kopitar's got Richards on his left side and Williams on the right. Oilers take it away, and they get it around the left wing side and back out to center ice. Long pass down into the corner. David Perron used to be with St. Louis, and he threw it around the left wing side, but the Kings take it away. Martinez to Richards. Richards pass ahead, and now out to center ice. Kopitar with it. Here's Kopitar with Williams. Gives it to Williams. Williams shoots. He scores! Well, take that, you 70s line. We're coming right back. And Kopitar's line scores. 2-0 Kings.
Neutral zone and the breakout. The breakout was exactly what you're hoping for as far as support. And then there was communication. It was either tapping his stick on the ice or verbal from Justin Williams. And it was all about the speed that Kopitar got to pass over to him. He didn't float it over. He fired it over, and that made the difference. Timeout taken here by the Edmonton Oilers because they've got to settle down. Williams picked it up, and he just leaned one way, and he kind of just pulled the trigger the other way. He has such a deceptive release, and that release caught everyone. Back to that first goal. There were so many things going on for the Kings. I mean, the forecheck was almost textbook. You have first man pressure right here. There's number one. That's what you want. Okay, you keep it going here. Then you have the support of the play by Pearson, number two. Keep in mind, stop here, guys. Look at Jeff Carter. He's the centerman. He's in a high support position to make things go on. Then you get down low. You have to work and fight. Second effort right here by Tanner Pearson. And once the loose puck comes, you'll see the setup. You're going to stop here. Bing, bing, bing. There's an attack triangle. You have spacing. You have a little gap between everyone, and they work it so well right there. Jeff Carter with his stick on the ice. He says, I want the puck. The pass was right there. That made it 1-0. Justin Williams 2-0, and the Kings will want to keep it going.
Williams is first from Kopitar and Green at 4:21. The Kings get 2 goals in a minute and 15 seconds on consecutive shots and have a 2-0 lead. Now we'll see if the timeout helped the Oilers. They come across the King line. Right side pass in front by the Oilers and knocked down there. The pass by Arcabello intercepted by the Kings. They get it back up to center ice and chased in toward the goaltender, but covered up there is Victor Foss.
Well, Daryl Sutter behind the bench, of course, looking for a milestone coming up, and he says he doesn't talk much about that. It's all about what's going on. Yesterday at practice, he was reminiscing back to his first practice for the Kings, and he was asked, what was your number one objective on the ice in your first practice with the Kings? He said, stay out of the way. I mean, all he wanted to do is, he says there's a slow line and a fast line in practice, and you got to kind of watch, because players, sometimes they're going to run you over. He said, stay out of the way. Did a good job. You're still around.
Puck comes back to the blue line. He's looking for his 100th regular season win as a King, and then a quick shot and a save. That shot by Clifford.
Now, all of the lines are involved the same way. This one here, as far as spacing, was exactly what you want to do. You don't crowd it up, and you keep the puck going. Watch Clifford move into a position where he's ready to shoot. Richards in front, jostling, trying to provide a screen. And Foss finds a way to just get it at the last second. This is a 5-man attack by the Kings. That's why they're effective.
Richards out at center and won the draw, but getting knocked down was Clifford, and the puck cleared out to center ice. The Oilers are without some outstanding players, defenseman Jeff Petrie, and then centers Jordan Eberle and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Kings have it again. Oilers zone at the blue line. Long shot and deflected up in the air by Victor Foss, the goaltender. Here's Clifford for the Kings. Clifford barrels in. Now Richards trying to get there, but can't get there in time, and the puck is taken by Boyd Gordon. He gets it up to center, and a good hard check right there in front of the King bench as the puck comes back down the left side. Robin Regehr with that check. Clifford gets it over to Carter. Carter's pass broken up, and Kings get it again. Back to the blue line, but it's tipped away there and taken by Nail Yakupov. Oilers have to chase it down at center to regroup, and Yakupov loses it at the blue line again.
Yeah, it's been tough going for the Oilers to get that passing scheme set up as much as possible. And that's where you have to credit the LA Kings for just taking away space. The gap is there. The sticks are in the right position, and the Oilers have difficulty moving the puck.
Kings have it again. Carter, right side, back to him, and just deflected wide to the left. Carter again, now to the blue line to Martinez. His shot knocked down. Here's a break for the Oilers. Down the middle is Gordon. Shoots wide. And the rebound behind the net. Penalty against the Edmonton Oilers. I think I said Gordon with a shot. I think it was Benoit Pouliot. And the penalty to the Oilers. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. I'm Patrick O'Neill. You see him each and every night on Fox Sports Live. Once upon a time, an all-pro quarterback in the NFL with the Eagles, Donovan McNabb. Donovan, your nephew, Darnell Nurse, making his NHL debut. He's 19 years old. You have to be proud and also very nervous.
Very proud of him. The kid worked extremely hard. Obviously, to be drafted was one thing. He wants to be great, so he's going to continue to work and learn from this experience, which I think is very important.
Yeah, he's somebody that he also trained with you quite a bit.
Trained with me for years, and it's good to see the things that, he's kind of put in is now paying off. But, this is just the starting block for everything. I think now he can feed off of this, and hopefully good things to come.
Congratulations to him, you, and your entire family.
Well, more congratulations to him. I'm just excited to see him. He's happy, and we're going to continue to work harder and harder each and every year.
All right, keep up the good work on Fox Sports Live. Appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
There's Donovan McNabb. Bob, back to you.
All right, Patrick, thank you very much. Kings on the power play. They're 0 for 11 so far this season as the puck is tipped up in the air in the Oilers zone. Kings try to control. They do. Here's Voynov. Voynov at the blue line. Moves it off the right side. Doughty shoots. It's wide. Rebound off the boards, and it is held in by Voynov for a moment. But now a bank shot or pass off the boards almost connected there. But the Kings took it away as Voynov got to it. They were trying to get Esa Joensuu to center ice, and he might have had a break, but Voynov got back to foil that. Kings with it in the Oilers zone. 55 seconds to go on the power play. Pass left side. Corralled there by Voynov up the middle to Doughty. Doughty gives it over to Kopitar. Kopitar to Toffoli to Doughty. Voynov in front, tried to tip it there to Carter, and it's taken away and cleared back to center ice.
Well, the Kings moving around just can't get that one moment where they have enough time to get the traffic and the shots through at the same time.
Justin Williams down the right side. He gets stopped there, and the puck is taken and cleared by the Oilers' Will Acton. He's the son of assistant coach Keith Acton of the Oilers. Kings with no shots on this power play yet. 18 seconds left to go on it. Back to center ice they come. Here's Martinez. Martinez dropped it off to Pearson. He moved it across the ice. Now back in front. Martinez with a shot and a save and a rebound. Save again.
Fast had to get down low for that second opportunity. Now the Kings are going to take a penalty with Pearson going after a loose puck. It'll be cleared all the way down as soon as Jonathan Quick picks it up. So we're going to have a power play coming up here for the Edmonton Oilers. Pearson a little aggressive going after it, but you like the hunger. That's an error of enthusiasm. You can live with those at times. But again, the Kings had chances. I mentioned the Kings could not get the puck and their bodies to the net at the same time. They do at the end of this. One tip and then a putback. Second one coming up right there on the backhand. So they do exactly that. Number 27 is Alec Martinez. So he's a defenseman, but you see how you rotate on a power play? You have much more freedom on a power play to change positions and try things, and Martinez gets down low and it created a lot of trouble right there for the Oilers. Pearson, he goes to the box. Oilers get a chance to get back in this game.
Pearson for hooking, and the Oiler power play has been very good. 3 out of 6 for 50% here early in the season. They're tied for first in the NHL. It is early. This is only their third game, but their power play has been clicking. Let's see what the Kings do. They have allowed 3 power play goals 10 times short so far this year. Puck comes across the line into the Kings zone. Kings got it but couldn't clear. Green got a stick on it but couldn't get it across the blue line. Puck comes on the right side and the Kings this time got to it. And it is cleared back down in deep. As Brown sent it in deep, and he took a little shot at Benoit Pouliot. Pouliot played for the Rangers, and so they met quite a bit in the Stanley Cup final last year. Falling down was Taylor Hall. He got back up and got the puck, but now lost it to King. King with a nice pass right up the middle, and then it's cleared by the Kings.
King looked first. He was solid right there with puck possession at first. He actually took a hit, knowing that he wanted to draw someone to him. Then he made the pass to Stoll. Then the Kings got out of his own.
I think the key right there, and then when I said pass up the middle, sometimes you wonder, was that the right thing to do? But as you pointed out, Jim, he took a look first. He knew his man was open, and he got it to him, and the Kings clear it out, and they do again. They have a 2-on-1 here. Down the right wing side, here is Toffoli. Shoots! He scores! Wow! He held on to the puck and scores a short-handed goal, and the Kings lead 3-0. He bobbled it, then got control of it again.
He never bobbled it at all, Bobby. He had that puck on a string. I mean, it was back, forth, back, forth. I've been asked many times to use it, but this is sick. Watch this. He has it. One chance, another chance. Then he looks up. Watch this shot. There's no room at all, is there? Oh, yes, there is. Water bottle gets knocked off. Short-handed goal. Never gives up on the play. It's one of those things where Toffoli's a sniper, we know that. But now we're seeing time and time again, it's getting to the point, Bob, where other teams are going to have to put a guy on Toffoli. I mean, he's that dangerous with that shot. Kings lead 3-0.
Kings' first short-handed goal of the year. Oilers still on the power play for another 25 seconds. Puck is in deep, sent up the middle, tipped away there and down into the corner where Kopitar goes for it. Kopitar, he gets checked. Another pass, short pass by the Kings. They control it in their own zone, and it is cleared down into the Oilers zone by Matt Green. So Toffoli makes it 3-0, short-handed goal for the Kings, and what a beauty it was.
And Bob, by stick handling and keeping the puck moving like Toffoli was doing, that keeps the goaltender on his heels. The goaltender doesn't know when's he going to pull the trigger. Well, he finally did, and of course, right to the top corner.
The assist goes to Voynov. The Kings are back at full strength. The goal came at 9:49 of the first period. Now behind the net, Oilers in the King zone. Getting checked there was Teddy Purcell, the former King. Purcell puts it in the corner to Hall. Hall got checked there. Kings took it away, and Robin Regehr gets it over to Jordan Nolan. Nolan up ahead now to center. Kings come back again. Here's Andrioff. He shoots and a save. He had a head of steam coming across the blue line and took the shot.
Yeah, the Oilers couldn't sort it out. They had a forward back on defense, and maybe almost in the middle of a change where one player wanted to change, had to stay on the ice, and the lane opened up, and Andrioff took advantage of it. Why not? Keep going.
Kings have 3 goals in 6 minutes and 43 seconds and have a 3-0 lead. Puck down deep into the Oilers zone. Broken up there and then chipped out to center ice, and the Kings hustle back to get it. Doughty and McNabb back defensively. Here is McNabb. Got it up ahead to center ice. Taken away there and driven right back in by Joensuu. But McNabb over to play it for the Kings. Drove it off the boards, but not out. Held in by Nurse at the left point. And then thrown down in deep. The Kings take it away again. Now Nurse comes over to try and take it away from McNabb. Kings in their own zone. Doughty spinning on the backhand. Gets it out across the blue line to Richards. Taken away, though, by the Oilers. And a shot deflected into the corner as Yakupov got the puck. Kings couldn't clear it. Held in by Esa Joensuu. Now down in behind the net. McNabb goes forward there. He gets checked, but he gets it over to Doughty. Doughty gets it up to center to Williams. Williams sends it deep into the Oilers zone with 7:35 to go in the first period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. And the Kings with a 3-0 lead as the puck driven deep into the Kings zone. Along the boards, Kings dig it out. King moved it up ahead. Now across the line on the right side. Driving in deep and behind the net. They couldn't get the wraparound they wanted there as the Oilers got back, but Martinez sends it over to Green. His shot. Here's Brown up the middle, but intercepted by the Oilers, and they bring it back to center. Was Brown trying to get that wraparound, but just couldn't come back out in front of the net.
I know the Oilers are a fast team, Bob, but they're not playing fast. Again, credit the Kings for that. That's the difference I'm noticing right now. You're talking a half step, maybe a full step behind because the Kings are not hesitating with their plays. The Oilers are doing. That's exactly what they're doing. They get it. They don't know where to go with it because of the positioning of the Kings. When the Kings get it, move it quickly, get your feet moving, and get the puck up the ice.
Justin Schultz, third-year defenseman for the Oilers, sends it into the Kings zone. Regehr back to get it. He takes a hit for the Kings, make a nice pass up to center. Here they come again. Pearson, left side. Pearson across the line, drops it back. Shot by Regehr. Blocked, back to him. Regehr gets it again. Now over to Boynoff, and his shot deflected wide. Picked up by the Kings. Carter, right side. Carter gets a shot, deflected. Kings maintain control. They try to get it to Toffoli, tipped up in the air, and Regehr has it. Regehr back over to Tyler Toffoli. To Regehr at the blue line. He shoots and just knocked away by Foss. Puck comes back left side, and now Regehr at the left point holds it in again. Kings with great pressure in the Oilers zone, and the fans appreciate that. They give that line a round of applause. Back up to center ice. Oilers send it in the Kings zone. 5:45 to go in the first. Kings with a 3-0 lead. Back up to center ice. Kings with it again. Back across the line, Nolan. Nolan with Andrioff and Clifford. Nolan gets taken out of the play and still stays with the puck. Now it comes to Andy Andrioff. Andrioff sent it wide. Clifford goes forward. He throws a check. Pokes the puck away, but the Oilers have control, and they get it up to the blue line and out to center ice. Thrown down into the King zone. Andrioff goes for it. Taylor Hall bumped into him, but Hall went down to the ice. Now Hall gets up. He's got it again. Taylor Hall up the middle, and it's taken away, but held in by the Oilers. Pass around the boards is taken by Nolan. Can he clear it out? No, but the Kings do. Back up to center ice they come. Back across the line. Drew Doughty. Doughty pulls up. Doughty still hangs on to it, and it's poke checked off his stick out to center, and Doughty back to get it.
Drew Doughty, of course, takes a charge on that shift, but he was waiting for some reinforcements. The Kings were kind of in a little bit of a shift change right there, so they didn't have 5 men involved at the same time, so could not continue the attack.
Kings have outshot the Oilers 11-2 with 4:35 to go in the first period. In the King zone, puck along the boards, and it is at the right point to Schultz. Schultz over, now a shot and a save. Nikitin with a shot and the save made. The third shot of the first period by the Oilers, but Jonathan Quick makes the save.
Time right now for the AT&T U-verse Rewind. Of course, this date in Kings history, the Kings have a 3-0 lead. It was back in 1967, Bob. Kings played their first NHL game win over the Philadelphia Flyers, Long Beach Arena. Brian Kilrea, there he is. 2 goals and an assist. Of course, the first goal in Kings history, and he went on to a Hall of Fame coaching career for the Ottawa 67s. Happened to be my coach, and also, of course, won Ottawa 67.
In front of backhander after a save by Quick, and Quick covers this up.
On Ottawa 67 is Mr. Tyler Toffoli. So he's had an impact on this game. That was one of the few chances where the Oilers did get in position where they created some problems for the Kings there because of where the shot came from. The Kings were able to maybe get a stick on it, so it wasn't a hard shot. Initially, Quick was down and maybe out on the play, but the Oilers could not get it off.
Face off in the King zone, and the loose puck, Joensuu put it back behind the net. Oilers still control it, trying to get themselves back in this game. Perron with a drive off the boards, and the Kings take it away. Back they come to center ice. Richards crisscrosses there with Williams. Now Richards trying to get it to Williams. Williams to Richards. Oilers zone. Here's Williams. And a little traffic jam there, and the puck taken away by the Oilers and cleared to center ice. Picked up and down the right wing side now. Schultz drops it back, and Perron flipped it up, and it came out of play.
Well, we've been talking about Tiffany & Company. Celebrate your LA Kings 2014 Stanley Cup champion with Tiffany & Company. The championship collection featuring jewelry, tumblers, cufflinks, and more. Visit Tiffany.com/LA Kings to view the collection and purchase today. So the Kings have stuff for you, and of course the NHL had stuff for Mike Lego. Once again, congratulations. Refereeing tonight his 1,000th NHL game.
Oilers win the draw in the King zone and send it toward the back of the net to Taylor Hall. Doughty took it away, broke it up, and the Kings don't clear. Then a shot deflected wide. Doughty directing traffic, but Taylor Hall over to get it. Hall dropped it off there, and the Oilers keep it alive. Back to the blue line it goes, and a shot from there is up high on the shot by Brad Hunt. He is another youngster out of Bemidji State, another rookie. Puck comes up to center ice. Kings take it away. They got Carter breaking for the net. Carter, and a save and a rebound off the post perhaps, but Carter driving to the net just did get his stick on it to tip it, and the save made by Victor Fox.
Of course, Carter in the middle this year for the entire year. Started last season on the wing, and at the center position, he gets a chance to maybe skate a little bit more freely and see what happens there.
Loose puck picked up by the Kings again. Andrioff, his pass knocked down, and Mark Fane broke it up for the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers have it with 2:45 to go in the first period. 3-0 Kings. 3 goals in 6 minutes and 43 seconds for the Kings, and an icing call here against the Oilers.
And not one of those passes, Bob, where that line is just recognizing what the other guy can do on the play, and there it is. Toffoli just lobs it. It bounces once. Does Foss get a piece? No, it went off the post, Bob. You called it. It went right behind the blocker here, just over top. But that play was set up with just using the speed of Jeff Carter. Don't try to stick-to-stick pass because you'll slow him down and you might not get it through. Get it in front of him, let him use his speed.
Back down to the King zone. Here's Martinez with it.
And Ben Scrivens in goal now, Bob. They just made the announcement, number 30 instead of 35, and I don't know if I picked it up when it happened, but it's happening right now. There he is, the former King. Gets the call for the Oilers. Do you believe in miracles? Yeah, you do. There he is. Alan Michaels here enjoying the action, enjoying the first period. Big Kings fans. Loves to come to the games when he gets that opportunity. Of course, he has another job that keeps him busy, so he doesn't always have a chance to make it out here, but has followed the Kings for a long. I remember having conversations with him, Bob, back at the Great Western Forum, and the pre-Gretzky days, and he was there rooting on the Kings, and he's still here tonight.
Season ticket holder, and he gets to the midweek games. Sometimes, as you said, Jim, the weekend games. He's got another gig going there on Sunday nights. Puck comes up to center ice, and hustling back now is Robin Regehr. Kings back in their own zone with a 3-0 lead. Regehr brings it back to center, gives it to Mike Richards. Richards flipped it in, and back to get it now is Yakimov, just a youngster they brought up. He played in the Russian League last year, and the pass comes over on the left wing side and now cleared out to center.
I'm going to challenge you later, Bob, to say the team he played for last year in Russia.
Well, you're going to win the challenge, because
here it is. Let me see if I can get it. Nizhny-Nemesk.
Yes, you got it right.
Something like that. It's a lot of them, but he was probably brought up more specifically for his size. Again, the Edmonton Oilers are not a big team anyway, but Yakimov joins the team, 232 pounds. So Dallas Aiken looking for something just a little bit more size to get it going, and Aikens just gets that, but of course his team has been one step behind. There's the big boy on the bench. You can see right there, you can tell he's ready to hit someone.
So there's a shot just wide of the net to the right side by the Oilers, and so they've got Yakimov, and the puck taken by the Kings and cleared up to the blue line by Doughty.
We've got Andrioff.
They've also got Draisaitl. He's out of Germany, youngster with the Oilers.
Good-looking player. He'll get to know the pace of the game, too.
Long shot knocked down, and the Kings go for the rebound, and it is cleared out to center ice.
With Draisaitl, Bob, his foot speed is not necessarily what it needs to be to play at this level consistently, but I think that's something he can work on. They've got a young, not 18 years old, he's in the NHL.
Offside go the Kings as Carter reached out for it. Less than a minute to go in the first period.
This Thursday, it's the return of Kings Weekly on Fox Sports West in the season premiere. Kings Weekly brings you the sights and sounds of the banner-raising ceremony. We have Frozen Fury in Las Vegas. Get a peek into the Kings Surf Club. Stay tuned Thursday after Kings Live postgame show for Kings Weekly.
And Thursday night, the St. Louis Blues will be here. 7:30 game, and they've got Paul Stastny now. And so they are a team that a lot of people like in the West. There's Perron with a shot and a save made by Quick. Puck is cleared up to center ice now and down into the Oilers zone. Oilers chase it down. Pass comes over around to Justin Schultz. Cleared up to center ice with 35 seconds left to go here in the first period. Kings in a line change, so the Oilers chase it back into their own zone here with time running out in period number one. It's been a great period for the Kings. Fost, when he was in, he was the starting goaltender, allowed 3 goals on 9 shots. And then Ben Scrivens has come in, and now we get an icing call against the Oilers with 14.9 seconds to go.
So Ben Scrivens again gets the call. It was not decided to be the starter, and it's one of those things where I'm sure he wanted to start the game. Probably doesn't want to be involved right now, but he has to be. The Kings have dominated the pace of period number one. And Bob, in the intermission coming up, we're going to have a chance to talk with Stephen Walkom, the Vice President and Director of Officiating in the NHL, of course, standing in behind me right now and seeing what's going on. And the theme of the night started off with Mike Lego, 1,000 games.
And a shot knocked down there by the goaltender for the Oilers, Scrivens, and the puck taken by Edmonton back to center ice. 6 seconds to go in the first period. Right side, and Taylor Hall throws it in deep. Hall tried to center it, and that's the end of the first period. Good centering pass, but Williams was there to take it away, and the Kings get 3 goals. Carter gets his third, Williams his first, and Toffoli his second. That came on a short-handed goal. 3-0 Kings as the Kings get 2 goals in a minute 15, 3 and 6:43. 3-0 Kings. Second period ready to get underway. The word we get from the Edmonton Oilers is that the goaltender who started the game for them, Victor Fost, pulled a groin muscle and took himself out of the game, and he will not return to the game tonight. So Ben Scrivens, the former King, is in goal for the Oilers. Here's Kopitar. Didn't get a shot right away, but he had a man in front of his Williams. Kopitar still with it. Gets it back to the right point. Held in by Voinov. Quickly back over to Kopitar. Kopitar drops it off there. Williams, Voinov got knocked down, and the puck held in again by the Kings at the blue line. Kopitar gets it back over. Pass ahead to Williams. His shot is just wide to the left. The Kings move it around. Voinov got hit really hard and knocked down by Yakimov. Puck comes back up to center ice and held in again by Regehr. Over to Williams. Williams to Kopitar. Nice pass to Richards. Richards, his pass in front. Loose puck. Who's going to get it? Richards did. Richards into the corner. Yakimov chases him. Back to the blue line. Picked up there, and Kings run into each other as McNabb ran into a teammate. Now on the right side, the Kings down in the corner. Still have the puck, but now it comes out to center ice, and Kings back in to get it.
The Kings controlling on the cycle. That was obvious. All 5 men involved. Both defensemen at one point or another just able to get involved in the play.
Voinov, long pass left side. Stoll goes to the net, but the shot is wide to the right. And the Oilers bring it to center. Taylor Hall moves it ahead, and a shot wide to the left side. A hard shot there by Teddy Purcell. Puck comes back to the blue line, held in, and a shot from there, and a save, and a shot by Darnell Nurse. A rookie in his first game. Kings get it back over the right side. Here across the line is Brown. Brown in deep, centered it. Turning is King. Sends it left side to McNabb. He shoots, and a save by Scrivens.
Well, the Kings picking up where they left off with everyone just attacking and keeping the puck and one step ahead of the Edmonton Oilers. On the first shift of the period there, just take a look at Slava Voinov keeping a puck in. I know Sean mentioned this last game. That just helps you. That was a pass that went off the dasher board low and unfortunately bounced high. But you could see the reaction of Slava Voinov just keeping it in. And believe me, when that happens, you continue to put the pressure on. And sooner or later, the other team's defenders get tired. And when they're tired, they're going to make mistakes.
Face off in the Oilers zone here as the Kings have a 3-0 lead. Carter wins the draw. That 70s line of the Kings has 7 of the Kings' 9 goals so far this season. And back up to center ice. They've got a couple here tonight already. Carter and Toffoli. Matt Green back to get it for the Kings. Tyler Toffoli on now. He is checked behind the net and spun around. And the puck taken by Martinez. Now up to center. Here's Carter. Carter in the middle. Throws it to Pearson. Pearson sent it down in deep. And Scrivens moved it around the boards. And it comes out to center ice. Oilers jump on it there. But poke checked away. Back to the Oiler line. And taken there by Nikita Nikitin. Deep into the King zone. Braden McNabb. Gets it back out to center ice. Picked up there, and down the right side is Jordan Nolan. Nolan running into the back of Darnell Nurse. Puck comes out right side, right point. Doughty. Now pass ahead. The Kings moving around the Oilers zone again. Sent down in deep toward the corner. Batted away, but the Kings jump on it for a moment. Now the blue line. McNabb shoots. It's just wide. Rebound held in by Clifford. McNabb gets over the left point to hold that in. Now the Oilers get control of it. Still in their own zone, though, as the Kings come into forecheck, but the Oilers break it out to center ice. Taken there by Pouliot. Benoit Pouliot down the right side and battles along the boards there. The loose puck back to the left point. Played off the boards by Ferentz. Andrew Ferentz moved it ahead. Gets it back again, left point. He shoots off the left hand of Jordan Nolan. Kind of shook his hand. Let's hope that nothing broken in there. Puck picked up now by Kopitar. Kopitar goes behind the net, but Oilers come out with a puck. Pouliot gets it up ahead now to center ice. Yakimov backhands it down in deep, and the Kings break it up again and bring it back to center. Here's Williams. Williams has a goal tonight. His pass taken away. Oilers back in to get it. Andrew Ferentz in his 14th year in the NHL. He dropped it off, and back to center now come the Edmonton Oilers. Puck driven down in by Brad Hunt, a rookie. Joensuu had it for a moment. Now it comes back out. David Perron. Perron into Esa Joensuu. He's forced along the boards by Voinov. Drops it back and a shot. Saved by Quick and a rebound. He covers it up before Yakimov could get there.
Now the Oilers get that pressure and get the puck to a good shot area, and Perron getting it on net, but no rebound, no second opportunity. Previous to that, the Edmonton Oilers trying to get things going. You'll see the pinch down here by Matt Green. The reason he can do that, he's going to get support from other players in the Kings, and this is how the Kings have sustained pressure. Another stop here, guys. The guy we've been talking about just about season long, that's Tanner Pearson coming across, so that's why the Kings are able to be aggressive. And for the entire evening, I think the Kings forecheckers have been able to do that because they know they have a third man back. They know they have support. So the first two guys can be that much more aggressive.
Kings win the draw in their own zone as Jared Stoll won the face-off and the puck cleared to center. Chased down the right wing side now by King. Dwight King, his pass taken by Brown. Brown in the corner trying to pick it up. Still a battle there as Brown goes in. Can't get to the puck in time, and the Oilers give it away in the zone. King breaks it up. Sends it down over to Brown. Brown left side. Back to the blue line it goes. McNabb winds. His shot is wide. And the Oilers with it down in their own zone. Kings take it away though. Here's King. King throwing in front. Score! Threw it in front. And Brown was there. And is now 4-0 Kings. Dallas Eakins, the coach of the Oilers, not a happy guy tonight for sure.
Forecheck, forecheck, forecheck. It's not stopping for the Kings, and they just seem to get everything done. Now watch Brown get a stick in position. What a pass. I know that Brown knocks it out of the air, but the pass by Dwight King is even better than the putback. There's the turnover. Hall does not get it out. He had clear control of the puck, and you see 3 Oilers go to that spot. By that time, it's going to be too late to get to the front of the net. A backhand float pass, a little sauce on it right there from Dwight King. Dustin Brown has the goal, 4-0 Kings.
Saved by Quick here, and he covers the rebound, and we'll have a face-off coming up. So So 4-0 now for the Kings with 14:49 to go in the second period.
And two guys able to enjoy that last play, but that just ability to keep the forecheck going and then drive to the net. I know Dustin Brown, before the last game, he was talking with Alex Curry, and they were talking about getting bodies to the front. That's exactly what happened. Now, if you're the Oilers there, you've either got to take the lane away from Dwight King from getting there, or you've got to control his stick. Neither of those things were done, and the Kings have a tap in, and Dustin Brown puts it home.
Brown's first of the year. Dwight King with the only assist at 5:04 of the second period. Kings will be right back here again on Thursday night. The St. Louis Blues will be in town. Taken away, and a shot and a score by Pearson. Tanner Pearson took the puck, just spun around, and he scored. It's 5-0 Kings.
Pressure the puck, pursue the puck, and again, the Oilers obviously are not having a good game, and the Kings are taking advantage. There's Pearson. How many times have we seen that this year? He creates the loose puck by lifting his stick himself, then he keeps his legs going. Jeff Carter will keep it alive and turn, fire, all in one motion. No wasted time right there, right to the short side, top corner. But this is all about hunger too, Bob. Remember back in the open, we were talking about emotion and energy? This line has brought it, and that line brings it again to get the forecheck goal once again on the turnover.
That 70s line, every one of them has a goal tonight. Carter, Toffoli, Pearson. Puck in the Oilers zone again. And tipped to the right point. Voynov, his shot deflected in the corner, taken by Williams. Williams behind the net. Now to the left point, held in by Regehr. Back to Williams, to Kopitar. His shot tipped, rebound, picked up by Voynov. Voynov centers it up the middle. Oilers intercept. Carter gets an assist on Pearson's goal, and the Kings enjoying a 5-0 lead. Oilers again. Pearson from Carter. Kings' last two goals in a span of 25 seconds on consecutive shots. Puck in the Oilers zone. 5:29. The time of the last goal. And the Kings bring it up to center ice and drive it deep into the Oilers zone. Clifford with a hard check there in the Oilers zone as the puck comes up to center, and Yakimov gets checked there by Jordan Nolan. Nolan back in to get it. Chips it out to center ice. Kings have 5 goals on 16 shots. Up to center ice. Schultz gets checked. Puck is offside, called against the Oilers. So the Kings, 3 in the first period, 2 here in the second, and they lead it 5-0.
Andreev, of course, gets in a scrap, his first NHL shift. Now, it'll be interesting, Bob, to watch him the rest of the way. With a 5-0 lead, he'll probably get more ice time than he normally would. And, maybe the pressure's off a little bit just because of the score. Now, again, I'm not giving 2 points to anyone yet. We can't go that way, but it's just something maybe just keep an eye on him. Now, I'm sure the coaching staff will be doing the same thing. Actually, you don't want any bad habits in this situation, and this will be his chance to get some ice time.
Here's Brown to center ice for the Kings. They tried to get it over to Stoll. Oilers take it away, 2-on-1 in the zone. Pass in front to Hall, and it stopped there as Quick was sliding over, and now it comes out to center ice.
Quick makes the first one, Bob. Then he gets bailed out, I believe, by Braden McNabb. I think McNabb made the pass up the middle initially for the turnover, but he locked up sticks to make sure the empty net was not available for the Oilers.
Here's Hall again into the King zone and lost it as he moved it into the slot, and it's taken away by Stoll.
You can see Hall, he's going to go one-on-one. He's going to try. He's got good moves. He's got good speed. He's got good strength for a small guy, but the one-on-one that time does not work against McNabb.
Kings back together in their own zone. McNabb gets it from Doughty, and now it's moved up to the blue line and out to center ice. Oilers take it away. Joensuu. His pass knocked back to center ice further and then driven around by Darnell Nurse. And offside is called. The Kings get 2 goals in 1:15 in the first period. 2 goals in 25 seconds here in the second.
And here's the chance coming up. Hold on, pass across, and saved by Quick. But watch right here. Looks like an empty net, and it was McNabb. He got to the puck before Hall could get the second opportunity. There's the first one. Jonathan Quick almost knows what's going to happen in those situations. He's still sliding. If he can't get back here, you know what's going to happen. Wide open net, but stick-on-stick play by McNabb. That's the one area McNabb has impressed me with, his coverage in front of the net.
Twice in this game, the Kings have scored on consecutive shots. Carter and Williams in the first period, Brown and Pearson here in the second. Pearson moves it down ahead, chased in by Carter, over to Toffoli, and a stop by Scrivens. Nice play there. Up to center ice, Esa Joensuu.
If someone's open with that line, they give him the puck. There's no hesitation. Head man the puck, they used to call it. Keep going forward. That's exactly what they do.
Here's Carter chasing it in deep. Carter goes behind the net. He gets checked there, and the puck taken away now by the Oilers and moved up ahead by Draisaitl. At the King line, it's poked ahead, and Richards has it for the Kings. Here comes Kopitar. Across the line, left side. Richards pulls up, hangs on, shoots on a save by Scrivens.
We've seen the Top Gun move before from Mike Richards, where he just kind of puts on the brakes, lets everyone skate by, and then tries to get the shot on goal. Scrivens right there, a little bit of a smile, said not this time. Buy 4 qualifying Cooper tires during Cooper's annual Buy 4 and Score event, and you'll receive a voucher good for 4 free tickets to a select LA Kings game. Visit participating Cooper Tire dealer for more information, forms, terms, conditions, and figure it out. Get some tires. Buy 4 and Score with Cooper Tires.
Up to center ice. The Oilers' long shot from center ice and a stop made, and then another shot and a stop made by the Kings goaltender Quick, as Matt Hendricks had both shots there for the Oilers. Andrew Ferentz back to get it. Cleared it up to center, into the Oilers zone. Comes right back to Ferentz. He gets it to Hendricks. Hendricks gets it out to center ice. He's out of St. Cloud State University. Bemidji, Minnesota is his hometown. Puck taken away for a moment by the Kings, by Kopitar, and now the puck comes out to the left point. Andrew Ferentz. Ferentz's pass across the ice. Oilers with it. Shot from there, and a glove stop made by Jonathan Quick.
Now the Oilers of late, Dallas Eakins, their head coach, has been talking about a pretty good cycle from his team. We have not seen that at all in this game at all. Not once. So that's something I'm sure he'll want his team to get back to. They do get bodies to the front here, and you'll see Jonathan Quick gets a chance. Yeah, he's able to look around the traffic right there on the far side. That's where the shot comes to. Trying to get the traffic was Will Acton, but he could not get himself stationed enough to get his body in front of the eyes of the goaltender. So no cycle yet from the Oilers. That has been a strong point of their game. Have not seen it tonight.
In the first period here tonight, the Kings scored 2 goals on their first 4 shots. In the second period, they've scored 2 goals on 3 shots. And they're enjoying a 5-0 lead. Quick cuts it off behind the net. Sends it around the boards, taken away by Hall. Tried to get a quick shot. Broken up there, and the Kings get it out to center ice. Taken away by Darnell Nurse. Now it comes back to the Oiler line, and Oilers back to pick it up. They get it in their zone to Taylor Hall. Hall's pass deflected off the body of Brown and into the crowd. When we come back, right after the break, Patrick O'Neill will be on the bench and talk with last year's Stanley Cup hero, Alec Martinez.
Welcome back. I'm with Alec Martinez. You guys, relentless pressure. It's fun to watch. I imagine just as fun to play in this game.
Yeah, you know, we really wanted to build on our game. We obviously didn't get the start to the year that we wanted, but I think we've gotten better every game, and tonight is just an opportunity to take another step.
You could pick one goal. It's a Foley shorthanded, King little sauce over to Brown or Pearson real quick. What do you like best?
I don't know. They're all good tonight. I don't know. Yeah, I don't care how they go in, but yeah, obviously those are 2 really good plays.
Marty, thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, guys, back to you.
Oilers drive it into the King zone. It comes to Dwight King along the left wing boards. Shovels it into McNabb. Braden McNabb now to Doughty. Now the Kings break it out to center ice. Garrett Stoll giving it to King. King drives it in. Stoll goes for it. He throws a check in the corner. Barreling down in there is Brown to Stoll. Stoll behind the net. His pass is tipped to the blue line and out to center ice, and the Oilers working on a 2-on-1. Here's Taylor Hall on the left side. Hall waits. He shoots, and it's just deflected wide.
Drew Doughty goes down and takes away the time and space there for Hall. It's one of those things where you know Hall wants to shoot it. He is a shooter. He's never shy to shoot the puck. He very rarely passes it in that situation, and Doughty just ran him out of room.
Taylor Hall, 27 goals last year. He was second on the team in goals. Puck comes down and deep. The Oilers are without some of their top players here as far as goal scoring. Jordan Eberle is out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is out. Puck comes to the blue line. A shot from there, knocked down and blocked on the way in. Held in again. Left point. Driven down in deep by Ferentz. Pass in front, comes wide to the right, and the Kings clear it out to center ice. Jordan Nolan throws it in deep and back to get it, the Oilers. Ferentz moves it behind the net. Puck comes around to Perron again, but he let it go. Now he gets it back and drives it into the Kings zone. 8:08 to go in the second period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. Kings with a 5-0 lead. From the blue line, a shot deflected up out of play. A shot by Nikitin from the left point.
Well, Bob, the Oilers did have their chance for the first goal with Hall, but Drew Doughty, watch him backing off, stay in between to take away the cross pass, but then runs him out of room and actually ends up with a block shot off the shoulder by Drew Doughty. You know, Jim Matheson is here tonight, Bob, Hall of Fame writer, covers the Edmonton Oilers. He wrote recently, he felt that they polled the 30 general managers in the NHL, 20 would pick Drew Doughty as the Norris Trophy winner, the best defenseman in the NHL, but he also mentioned the GMs don't have the vote.
Well, let's change that.
Exactly.
Puck is in the corner of the Kings zone, and Robin Regehr gets it to Pearson. He can't clear. Loose puck. Oilers with it in front. A shot knocked wide. Boy, they've had some good opportunities here in the second period. Kings take it away, though, and up the center. Here they come. Here's Toffoli giving it over to Pearson. Back to Toffoli. Toffoli shoots. Carter just couldn't get there to tip it in. Back up to center ice and sent across the line. Oilers can't hang on to it. Kings take it away, and back comes Toffoli.
The Oilers have one man on attack there, Bob, and everyone stopped, and the Kings get 5 men back. 5 men to protect.
Carter, but offside on the play.
We'll just kind of update some injury situations going on. Marian Gaborik not in this game. This is the first game he's missed here in the regular season. Jake Muzzin continues to practice, and actually yesterday he said he probably got involved in some contact drills he probably shouldn't have. So you don't want to rush it. Trevor Lewis today placed on IR. All 3 guys with upper body injuries. And of course, all 3 guys missing tonight's game.
Kings in the Oilers zone. Williams drives it around the boards. He's got a goal tonight, his first of the year. Oilers dig it out. Under 7 minutes to go here in the second period. Oilers hanging on. So far this year, they're looking for their first win. They have a loss in regulation and a loss in a shootout. Up ahead now, Kopitar. His shot didn't get a lot on it. Gets the rebound back to Williams. Williams tried to give it to Richards, but broken up there, and Darnell Nurse, the rookie defenseman, moves it up to center. Taken away by the Oilers, or taken by the Oilers and driven into the Kings zone. Broken up there. Oilers center it. It is picked up on the right side and held in for a moment by Arcabello. But the Kings slap it all the way back to the Oiler line. The Oilers got beat in their first game of the season. That was at home, 6-2 by Calgary. Then they went to Edmonton, went to Vancouver, I should say, lost in a shootout, 5-4 to the Canucks. Taylor Hall gets dumped at center ice. Kings have it. Here's Stoll. 4-on-2 for the Kings. Stoll gives it left side. King trying to give it back to McNabb, jumping up in the play, but the Oilers take it away and they get it to Taylor Hall. Here's Hall down the right side. Hall moving in. Hall shoots, and a save by Quick. Rebound is fought for, and the Oilers try to hold it in along the boards. Teddy Purcell got his stick on it, but the Kings clear it again.
Bob, you were kind of touching on it about 5 minutes ago. I know Gerald Sutter, and it's tough right now. You have a 5-0 lead, but I'm not sure he'd be happy the way things are going right now. Too loose and some turnovers, those types of things.
Here is Clifford. He shoots, and a glove save by Ben Scrivens. 5:21 to go in the second. 5-0 Kings.
For the season, that 70s line, Tanner Pearson in Arizona. Pursuit, quick hands. When he came to the NHL, the scouting report was a great shot against Winnipeg. Even though Hutchinson gets a piece of it right there, it's a hard, heavy shot. Tonight, pursuit and shot all in one. Turn, fire, over the top of the shoulder right there of Ben Scrivens. So he was known for his shot, but he's known for his understanding of the game, and he never stops working.
And the puck comes up to center ice now, is playing away again and taken by the Oilers. They've had some chances here, and backhander is wide. Oilers get the rebound. We had a collision of the Oilers there, and
man, so many things. Things are going bad. They're going bad. 2 guys kind of skating off slowly. The Keaton is one of them. Then you have Boyd Gordon, another guy. So tough going for the Oilers.
Now the puck taken away by the Kings. They get it up to center ice. Chased down the right side and across the line, but the Oilers back in to get it now as Darnell Nurse got there. Jim, you mentioned just before we went to the break about when you get a lead like this, 5-0, you probably know you shouldn't do it, but it's so much fun, to keep going offensively, and sometimes you forget those defensive responsibilities because you're just having a great time out there scoring goals.
And part of it, too, is the other team knows they have to kind of take chances, so it's going to be up and down, back and forth. It's not as disciplined as you would like it, but I think it's something that the coaches will bring to your attention on the bench. And the last 3 or 4 shifts before the last TV timeout, it did get like that. It was getting to the offensive zone, slowing down, looking for the perfect play. Now, we're nitpicking right now. You have a 5-0 lead, but yeah, in the context of one game, it is very difficult. But you know what? The guy back in goal, Jonathan Quick, has won so many games for this team over the years by being spectacular in goal. This is maybe where the coaches say, hey guys, start working for the goaltender here. Start thinking about the defense, even though you have the big lead.
Well, let's see how that develops here as the game goes on here in the second period. 4:15 to go in the period. Taylor Hall with it. He gets bumped by McNabb. And back into the King zone, Drew Doughty. Doughty up to center. His pass off the boards taken by Stoll. And offside called against the Kings.
A reminder to Kings fans, you can purchase your Ice Crew calendar right now featuring the entire Ice Crew and even Bailey. Purchase yours for only $20 with all proceeds benefiting the Kings Care Foundation. Visit LAKings.com/calendar. Ice Crew and Bailey. Check it out and help out Kings Care.
Well, the defense has been a major area of concern for the Edmonton Oilers this year. They've had difficulty moving the pucks out of the zone. And the puck driven down in deep. And last season they used 14 different defensemen for the Oilers, trying to find the right combination. The Oilers last season missing the playoffs for the 8th consecutive year. Here's Pouliot in deep, pass in front, and the shot deflected up high on the shot as it came over the net. As the Oilers with another rush toward the net, and Draisaitl got the shot.
Pouliot, maybe for the first time in his NHL career with a little job security, signed a 5-year deal. Came over as a free agent. Bobby mentioned earlier, played for the New York Rangers last year all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Good size. Probably one of those veteran guys you want to have around, and that's what the Oilers are. They're trying to get pieces to mix together. When you take each individual guy on the Edmonton Oilers, and we've talked to so many media people from Edmonton, you take the individuals and you look at them, you break them down, they're good players, but you put them together, it's not meshing right now.
Voinov up to center ice, got checked from behind and got the puck again, though, back in the King zone. Now here is Williams. Williams hanging on to it. Deep into the Oilers zone. Oilers Nurse back to get it. Checked by Williams, and Richards comes in, but the puck hops up over the glass into the crowd.
Good job by the young defenseman to protect himself first and then move the puck. Here's what we're talking about, Bob. Look at this. 10, 11, and 12. First overall picks. 13, Nurses, who's playing his first game tonight, was 7th overall. Draisaitl's in the lineup. He was 3rd overall this summer. So what it's all about, most people also think that there's too many similar styles. Yeah. They're all known for offense. They're all known for the get up and go. Let's go get it. Let's score. But that's only half the game. And tonight we've seen what's been going on. They just can't figure a way to slow down the Kings. Now they're getting their own chances. The Kings with a 5-0 lead. But early on, that first period, the Kings were a full step ahead of the Oilers.
And the Kings have a 3-on-1 here. Pass right side, and then a backhander is wide by Kopitar. And back up to center ice, here's Taylor Hall. He gets hit at the blue line and knocked down, and the puck comes back up to center. McNabb stepping in front of Hall. Pass over to Kopitar. Kopitar with it now at the point. Sends it around to Richards. Richards, he's up on this line replacing Gaborik tonight. Puck comes around the boards out to the right point, and the Kings hustle over. McNabb holds it in. Tried to get it over to Nolan. Nolan checked in the corner, and now pass in front to Clifford. Clifford just couldn't get his body turned around to get a shot. Kings get it to Clifford again behind the net. Kicked away by the Oilers, and Nikitin has it. Nikitin sends it up the left side, then he gets hit by Clifford. The puck cleared up ahead to center ice. Robin Regehr for the Kings. Moves it over to Nolan. Nolan bothered at center ice, and the Kings, though, get to the puck as Clifford puts it down in the zone. Right side. Andrioff on the ice for the Kings. He throws a check, but the Oilers have the puck. Here to center ice. Joensuu. Esa Joensuu. Leads it left side. A shot and a save made. Leg save there by Jonathan Quick on that shot by Will Acton. Back come the Kings. Here is Dwight King. In the corner, Oilers zone. Try to give it to Stoll. Stoll gets knocked down. Kings. Green holds it into the right point. Now it bounces down and picked up by King. Here's Dwight King. Checked by Acton. Back to the blue line to Green. Left side it goes to Martinez. His shot knocked away by Scriven. Into the corner. Stoll goes for it. It comes back to Martinez. Martinez put it down to the corner, broken up by Joensuu, and he gets it up ahead now to Hendricks.
More of a workmanlike shift right there, keeping the puck going north-south. Big bodies, the Kings using their size advantage against the Oilers.
Neil Yakupov put it back behind the net. Less than a minute to go here in this second period. Puck comes up to center ice. Pearson with it now. Fires it back behind the net. Scrivens put it in the corner. Oilers zone. Kings into forecheck. Trying to get to the loose puck. They do. Pass ahead and a shot up high by Toffoli. Knocked over the net. And the puck cleared back out to center ice. 30 seconds left to go in the second period. Kings get it to Carter. Carter with Toffoli. Carter's pass went behind Toffoli. He was headed for the net. And up to center ice comes Yakupov. Nail Yakupov. Driving down the right side. His pass deflected 17 seconds ago in the period. Shot up high and out of play off the netting.
McNabb had another one-on-one right there earlier on. Of course, we've seen this before this year. Taylor Hall likes to go north-south. And you can see you got to make your decision right there. Both guys end up going down. McNabb just leans in. But to be able to close the gap right there on a player like Taylor Hall, that takes a lot of guts because you can get burned by Hall. He has that speed. He has pretty good shiftiness too. But McNabb knew exactly when to close the gap. And once he did, once you get to that point of contact, you've got to finish all the way.
Kings win the draw. They get it up to center ice. 8 seconds left to go in the period. Kings with it. Right side. Richards in front and just deflected wide. Driving to the net there as the puck comes back out to center. Kopitar was driving to the net. Couldn't tip it in. That's the end of the second period. 2 goals by the Kings. Brown gets his first of the year. Pearson his third. They came 25 seconds apart.
And Bob, after the last TV timeout, the Kings were much better again. It was more north-south. It wasn't as fancy. It wasn't trying things. And maybe something was said on the bench there during that timeout to get everyone going. And the Kings continue going on. Now they have that 5-0 lead.
So the Kings enjoying that 5-0 lead that Jim just told you about. And when we come back, Matt Green and Jarrett Stoll are going to talk about being traded to the Kings back in 2008. We'll be back after this.
Well, there you go, from Staples to Staples, and right downstairs, the Kings' associate head coach, that would be John Stevens. John, 5-0 lead. A lot of things have gone well. What do you like, and how did you get to this point?
Well, we know they're a good skating team. They really get in with a sweeping forecheck. I think we've done a good job of getting the pucks quickly and getting pucks moving by their pressure. So it's something we'd like to do for the next 20 minutes.
It may be difficult mentally, John. What do you do the rest of the way? How do you prepare your team to keep going the same way?
Well, I know it shouldn't be. We got to build our game here. We got lots of work to do. It's early in the year. We want to get better and better each night here. So same thing we want to see in the next 20 minutes.
All right, John, thanks very much. John Stevens trying to get it going. Bob, you know, it's tough to do. You got a 5-0 lead. Sometimes you just kind of look for a 6 and gets a little loose out there.
Well, let's see what happens here in the third period. Kings with a 5-0 lead, and the Oilers in the Kings zone. Schultz down in the corner. I was just doing a little figuring on that 70s line as the puck driven down into the Kings zone and back behind the net, sent around, and Williams going for it now. Williams with Kopitar and Richards. There's Kopitar to center ice. Kopitar across the line, hangs on, drops it back, and Voinov shoots and deflected up high off of the netting and out of play.
Well, Bob, right now we'll take a look at the Toyota game analysis. Still a long way to go, but what's going on? Guess what? The guys you were just talking about.
Yep.
There they are. The numbers, the plus-minus, the shots. And it's almost like, you know, if you're Daryl Sutter behind the bench, you've got to just keep feeding these guys. You got to keep putting them over the boards. They're doing everything you're asking, and the execution was a word I used way back in the open. That's what they're doing. They're getting out there and playing the right way, And then with a skill combination, they're putting points on the board.
I've got that line with 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points in 3 2/3 games this season. And with 3 goals in a row, 3 games in a row, goals for Pearson, 3 games in a row, goals for Carter. Toffoli, 2 goals, 3 assists last 3 games. And they are really red hot and fun to watch. You know what? I'm not comparing them yet to the Triple Crown line because they had experience and they had a lot of goals for a couple of years. But that excitement is there when they get on the ice now. When they come up the ice, you can feel it in the crowd. Wondering, what are we going to see here? We're going to see a great play. We're going to see a great goal. And the crowd just anticipates something good is going to happen when that line is on the ice.
I get the feeling, Bob, it's about energy for that line. And that's one thing they bring, and they bring enthusiasm. And like we talked about in the second period, it's that head man to puck mentality. If someone's in ahead of them, they give it to that right away. There's no hesitation. It's north-south, and that just builds more energy as you try to keep going up on the ice. And that's what that line has right now. Cardinals Junior Sports Update will happen a little bit later with Patrick O'Neill, and he'll tell us about who's coming into Hollywood here in the next little while. Kings are busy with a 6-game homestand, and you want to pick up points, but of course, that first home game against San Jose, one of the top teams in the league, and they're continuing to prove that. But there's some teams coming in here, Bob, that are going to give a more difficult time than tonight. Of course, the St. Louis Blues, the next team in town, and they've stocked up. Paul Stastny at center, like everyone on the West. Need 2 big guys down the middle. Now the Blues have it.
Centering pass by the Oilers deflects out to the blue line and out to center ice, taken there by Pearson. So that 70s line is on now. Pearson, Toffoli, Carter. And the puck is tipped up in the air and out to center ice. Robin Regehr with it now. Regehr puts it back in the Oilers zone. Sellout crowd again tonight, 18,230. 93rd consecutive sellout crowd in the regular season and the 123rd if you count the playoffs. Puck taken by the Oilers, and Darnell Nurse moves around to Justin Schultz. Now Nurse up the left side and out to center ice. Kings poke check it away and try to get it over to Clifford, but just out of his reach. Comes into the Oilers zone. Oilers with it. The shots on goal, you would see 5-0 and say it can't be that close. It is 20-19, the Kings with 20 shots. So as we said in this game, the Oilers have had chances, but they've either missed or Jonathan Quick has made saves. Pass up the middle. Yoansu gets knocked down, and the Kings bring it back out to center. Check thrown by Andrioff.
Andrioff staying with his man right there. Just gets a piece, but that's enough. You've got to keep up in that area, and he certainly did your job there. That's one thing that Daryl Sutter and the coaching staff is going to be looking for. Own zone first. D-zone, then you go from there.
Ferentz moves it ahead, but it's poke checked away up to center ice. Taken by the Oilers again. Yakupov moves it across the line, and Yakupov in the middle. His shot went wide. Picked up there and sent down toward the corner by Draisaitl, but now it comes all the way back into the Oilers zone, and Ben Scrivens, the goaltender, goes back behind the net to play it. Oilers try to clear. They don't. It's held in by Martinez, but he can't get a shot or control of the puck. Oilers come down the right wing side now, and a drop pass by Draisaitl, and a shot by Pouliot is wide. Rebound Pouliot again. Back out to the blue line. A shot wide this time, and the Oilers hold it in again. Yoansu centered it. Intercepted there by Kopitar. Now picked up by Richards. Richards up to center and flips it into the Oilers zone. Oilers gain control, and they bring it back out to center. Puck fired down into the King zone and played down in the corner now, and a hard check on McNabb. Puck is taken by Edmonton, left side. Nurse tried to throw it in front, broken up. Doughty went for it, didn't get there first. So the Oilers move it around, but give it away in the King zone to Brown. Now the Oilers with it. They bring it back up to center ice, and on the right side, offside called against Edmonton.
Yeah, the Oilers had a chance that last shift, Bob, with Pouliot right down the middle, and it's always interesting to watch a goaltender in the focus. Nissan will show it right here, because watch Pouliot. He has it set up. Watch the eyes and head of Jonathan Quick. He follows that puck right to his blocker. He follows it right into the corner. It's almost like when you're watching tennis players in slow motion where they have to watch that ball right onto the racket, or a football receiver, watch the ball right into your hands. Right there, that was a good example of a goaltender right into the blocker, and he makes the save.
This one is covered by Ben Scrivens and Jonathan Quick in his third game of the year. He is 0-1-1. Lifetime against the Oilers, though. He's only lost once in regulation in 16 games played. 11-1-4.
His Giants had a tough game the other night. His New York Giants.
Puck held in now and sent back behind the net. Kings try to keep it alive, and it is taken away by the Oilers and cleared up to center ice now, but the Kings get it back again and move it in the neutral zone. Broken up there. Oilers come back again. Across the line is Hall. Now up the middle to Foley. Did the puck come up or a stick?
Stick came up. Looked like Arcabello went after the puck, Bob, and missed the puck and got the face of Tyler Toffoli. And it happened very quickly. And Arcabello knew that he was the guilty party, and he goes right to the penalty box. We'll see if Toffoli's okay as far as injury or cut or teeth or all of that. And we just hope that's the case. But he goes right to the bench. And again, Arcabello was just going for the puck. He was trying to knock the puck out of the air. Andrew Ferentz was just having a discussion with the official. And the four officials are now, they're probably talking, Bob, about whether it was the puck or the stick. You know, as we see it live. And it was interesting with Stephen Wacom. Well, the referee's coming over right now. Yeah, he's gonna get to 2 minutes for high sticking. Stephen Wacom, Vice President, Director of Officiating. There's the puck. You know what? May have been the puck. The stick did take a swing. Looked like it came a little bit late. But he said that the theme this year for the officials, real time, because we get a chance to slow things down and look at replays and do all that stuff. A lot of times referees are criticized because, well, you know what, real time's tough to do, and you got to keep your mind on that.
Well, the Kings are on the power play here in the third period with a 5-0 lead. That Arcabello in the penalty box from Milford, Connecticut. That's where Quick is from. From the blue line, a shot, save Scrivens, rebound, score! Pearson right in front. Power play goal for the Kings, their first of the season, and now it is 6-0 Kings.
The setup is exactly what you want. You want the shot from the middle of the ice if you can. You want the traffic, and the Kings able to get that. So you have Richards and Williams digging in low. Look at Pearson. He knows exactly where to go right away. Now it goes into the feet of the goaltender. Ben Scrivens loses it here. He loses sight of it. You see him right there. He's looking to one corner, and the puck's actually down at ice level on the other side. And the first man to it, no question, was Tanner Pearson. But get bodies to the front. That was a good example there of Tanner. He did not hesitate. Once the puck went back to the blue line, he got to the front. Kings lead 6-0.
Pearson with his second of the game tonight. He gets his fourth of the year. Kings get the power play goal and have a 6-0 lead. Now a shot in the glove save by Quick. Alec Martinez with an assist. And Mike Richards. Congratulations. Tanner Pearson will be back.
With the Carl's Jr. Sports Update, 6-0 here. It's going to get considerably tougher coming up. Thursday, you got the Blues in town. They've acquired strength up the middle with Paul Stastny. Sunday at noon. Reminder, that game is at noon. The Minnesota Wild have Thomas Vanek acquired to their team. Also a reminder, this Thursday, the replica rings for the Stanley Cup Championship, courtesy of Fox Sports West. Get here and get them. Guys, back to you.
All right, Patrick, you are exactly right. A couple of strong teams coming in here on Thursday and Sunday at noon. And the face-off here with the Kings up 6-0 is in the Kings zone. And Andy Andrioff took the draw, goes for it, picks it up, gets it over now to Jordan Nolan. Andrioff, Nolan, and Clifford. Clifford cutting in, goes in front of the net. Backhander and a save by Scrivens. He couldn't get much on the backhander, but you never know. Give it a try. Maybe the goalie doesn't see it.
And the one thing, just drive to the net. That's what they want Carl to do. That's his style. That makes the other team, in a game where it might be a little bit more physical, that makes the other team expend a little energy, and that's one thing Carl had on his mind. Yeah, when he's spinning there, he doesn't get anything on it, but that whole drive thing, that's what he has to do, and that's what he does. Keeps it going.
The last goal, Pearson from Martinez and Richards at 5:59. Two goals in the game tonight for Tanner Pearson. Puck kicked down into the corner now, the Oilers zone, and comes around the right side to Brad Hunt. Gets it up to center ice, snaps it into the Kings zone, and behind the net, the Kings take over there. Puck comes around the right side. Hunt trying to get to it down toward the corner. Clifford gets rocked back with a check by Hendricks. Puck still in the corner of the King zone. Oilers come in to try and pick it up. Boyd Gordon gets there. Pass going to be taken away by Nolan. Nolan checked along the boards. Regehr was going to go for it, and then Quick reached out and covered it up.
Went off the stick of Quick and almost went to the front of the net. Andy Andrioff, Bobby's 6'2", 207 pounds, 23 years old. Pickering, Ontario. That's just outside of Oshawa. Oshawa is where he played his junior hockey. Third-round pick in 2011. Last year with Manchester, he had 11 goals and 24 assists, 123 penalty minutes. So just trying to give you an idea what you're going to expect from this gentleman. Gets a chance to play his first NHL game tonight. The injury to Marian Gaborik.
Now the puck in deep and slapped along the boards and out to center ice. Right back into the King zone, and Matt Green back in to get it. Green gets tied up, and a penalty coming up here against the Oilers for holding.
Well, the officials don't want to do this. They don't want to give penalties to the Oilers. They know the score. They want this game to keep going, those types of things. But Joensuu just gets in a situation where he did too much. He wrapped around, reached around, and down to the ice was Matt Green.
Well, let's us go down to the ice and Patrick O'Neill.
Yeah, more on Andy Andrioff. I asked Rob Blake, assistant general manager, who does Andrioff remind him of? What other player, either playing now or in the past? Jimmy told me, Gregory Campbell with the Bruins, and in the past, maybe a Mike Keane has he's tough with a touch of offense.
Joensuu for holding at 7:34. Kings on the power play. They're 1 out of 2 tonight with 4 shots. And the Kings with a man advantage. Doughty up to center ice. Doughty across the line, throws it back behind the net. Broken up there, and Keaton trying to get his stick on it for the Oilers. Puck comes free, but the Kings, Kopitar gets it to Toffoli, back out to the right point, now over to Doughty. Doughty on the left side. Kings set up the power play. Doughty still with it. Back to the blue line, and hops over the stick there of Voinov.
And the Kings go with what you would consider their number one unit out here, and get to that in a second with a 6-0 lead.
Voinov back up to center ice. Gives it over to Doughty. Doughty snaps it in. Kopitar, Carter, Toffoli on the power play for the Kings. Back to the right point. Here is Voinov. Shoots, and a save by Scrivens.
The reason I bring it up now, Bob, is because I know in the past, every time, Daryl Sutter in this situation would go with the guys that wouldn't normally get on the power play. I think the reasoning here, and of course I can talk to Daryl tomorrow and find out, is it's early in the season. You're still working on things. The Kings just scored their first power play goal this season, so you're just trying to get all of those things working and timing and all that. So early in the season, you get your guys out there. There's no better way to practice than during a game.
Yeah, Kings are 1 of 13 right to this point, so they want to get to work on this power play. Pass up the middle to Richards. Richards moved to right side now. Comes back over to Martinez. Here's Martinez at the left point. Martinez put it down in deep. Came off the boards away from Tanner Pearson to Stoll up the middle now, and Williams gives it over to Martinez. Martinez moving in deep. Pass now to Williams, but taken away and cleared by Matt Hendricks of Edmonton.
No doubt what the Kings are trying to do on this power play is move the puck as quick as possible, maybe sometimes too quick, but I just get a sense too, again, that's the one thing they have in mind, move it as quick as possible. Whether it works or not, they want to get that timing going where you move the puck and try to get the penalty killers out of position.
Well, they've got 10 seconds left to go on it. Pass ahead. Kings in the zone. Over to Pearson. Pearson, 2 goals tonight. Put it back behind the net. That's going to kill the power play. The Oilers are back at full strength. 10:20 to go here in the third. 6-0 Kings. Backhander saved by Quick on Pouliot's backhander, and he hangs on.
So Pouliot trying to get involved once again, and I think he certainly was one of the players joining this team where, I hate to say it this way now because it's not happening yet, a solidifying factor, a stabilizing factor, a guy that's been around the block a couple times, and of course with a new group. And keep in mind, Eberle's out of the lineup, Nugent Hopkins is out of the lineup, so 2 of their big snipers are out, but the Kings, right from the first period, controlled the pace against a team that skates as fast as anyone. The Kings dictated.
In the Kings zone, Clifford pinned along the wall, and the puck taken by the Kings zone. They're going to be able to clear it up to the blue line and out the center. Driven deep into the zone. Clifford on the left wing. Try to get a stick on it. Andy Andrioff is on for the Kings, and puck taken by Darnell Nurse. His first NHL game for the Oilers. Puck taken away by Andrioff. Tried to center it. He's got it again. Centered it up the middle. Now Andrioff shoots and just missed it wide.
That would be something to take care of tonight. First NHL goal in your first NHL game.
Puck comes down the left side into the King zone and thrown down in deep by Nurse. Taken away, and Nurse gets it back again, and a shot knocked away by Quick. Shot came from back at the blue line. Darnell Nurse goes over to the bench. Puck is picked up by the Oilers. Back to the blue line. And the Kings can't take it away yet. Centering pass. Now it's tipped away. And picked up as Voynov tipped it away over to Nolan, and Nolan sends it in the Oilers zone. Oilers back up to center ice. Ferentz, veteran defenseman, to Joensuu. He put it in across the line, but the Kings take it away and get it back in the neutral zone again, and now it's slapped right back in. Braden McNabb back to get it. Up the left side it goes to Dwight King. His cross-ice pass taken away and cleared back to the King blue line where Doughty has it. Picked up by Joensuu. Joensuu in front of the King bench. Spinning around to try and get a stick on it. Got it to the blue line of the Oilers. Back to Joensuu. Kings take it away. Into the zone, but Nikita Nikitin back to get it for Edmonton. Here's Nikitin up to center ice. Peels back at the blue line. Kings in a line change. Puck comes over the right wing side and played there by David Perron. Perron in deep. McNabb chases him. Perron turns, shoots, and a save. Rebound back on the right side. Perron's a pretty good goal scorer. He gets hit down in the corner. Puck is dug out by the Kings and moved up the left side and out to center ice. Backhanded down in deep. Kings can't hold it in the zone. Oilers clear it back out with 7:49 to go. I'm just looking up David Perron. He once missed 97 games with post-concussion syndrome back in 2010 and 11. Up the center to Foley. Slaps it right back in the Oilers zone.
Simplification now for the Kings. The breakouts have been crisp. The support has been there. When they get the puck deep, they're not looking to create any more scoring chances. Just take away time and space from the Oilers.
Now at center ice, fired back behind the net. Stopped there by Quick. Martinez gets it up to center ice, taken away there. Shot is saved by Quick. Just got a piece of that one, and the puck comes down the left side. It was the Kings 2-on-1. Here's Williams with Kopitar. Kopitar couldn't get the pass, hopped over his stick. The previous save that Quick made was on Pouliot.
Pouliot had the back check there, Bob. He got his stick on the puck. Williams trying to go to Kopitar, so both ends of the ice.
Now behind the net, puck comes up the left wing, and the Kings have it again. Here's Richards to center ice to Kopitar. He's got another chance. He's in alone. He shoots. Saved by Scrivens.
Tried to open him up. The old can opener. Scrivens maybe has remembered that move and gets the pad across. Nothing opening up between the pads.
Regier with a hard check there as he checked Will Acton into the boards. Puck is loose. Oilers get to it to the blue line. Ferentz with a shot wide. Rebound off the boards. Flipped up high by the Oilers and back behind the net. Hendricks put it around, but we have a hooking penalty called here.
Looks like the Edmonton Oilers will be going on the power play. Slava Voynov to the penalty box. Kings still lead 6-0. There's Kerry Grove on the left and Andy Grove on the right. You see that jacket he's wearing? That's a birthday present from me and Susie because it's happy birthday, 50th birthday for Andy Grove. And just as an aside, remember the jacket I was wearing there a couple times, Bob? The old plaid.
The lucky one?
Andy's the guy who gave me it, so it was in his family. Now it's hanging in my closet.
Well, you only wear it on special occasions.
Special occasions, yeah. New Year's Day after a New Year's Eve party. That's the only time. And Stanley Cup parades.
That's hard on the eyes after a New Year's Eve party.
He was the guy that challenged me. We were at a party and we had a game to do the next day. He said, if you wear this on the air tomorrow. Well, we ended up doing it. Like I said, New Year's Day after New Year's Eve parties and Stanley Cup parades. That's when you can wear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Very limited.
As it should be. Back to Nikitin at the blue line. Oilers on the power play. Trying to get their first goal of the game. Nikitin shoots and a save by Quick and a rebound. Batted out of midair. Kings with it and not cleared. Nikitin holds it in. Gets it out to the left point. Now the Kings take it away as it went into the slot and cleared by Doughty.
Very similar to that last save with Jonathan Quick, tracking the puck right to his blocker, his focus, and you know you've got to follow the puck all the way, and he did once again.
Back up to center ice. Oilers with it. Across the line, right side. Pass over on the left. Pass by Arcobello. Tipped down in the corner. Back to the blue line. Over to Nikitin at the right point. Nikitin's pass. Into the middle. Back to the blue line. Shot from there. Blocked. And it is cleared the length of the ice.
Yeah, you get a stick on the shooter, then you get a stick on the ice. But Martinez, he blocks it. Brown clears it. And right now the Oilers, with just under a minute remaining, not able to get it through on goal with the traffic at the same time.
Back up to center ice now. Oilers with it across the line. Take it there, and Teddy Purcell throws it in deep. Kings get to it, and they clear it again into the Oilers zone. Oilers now with 33 seconds left to go with a man advantage. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. Kings with a 6-0 lead, and an offside called here.
Reminder tonight on Fox Sports Live, Hall of Famer Frank Thomas and the World Series champion was a World Series Gabe Kapler. We'll break down Tuesday's playoff games. Bad news hits the Dallas Cowboys, an injury in one hand and a bottle of cologne in the other. They'll explain a little bit later. How do you walk away from a chance of a lifetime? Pam Oliver sits down with NFL stars who have left before their time was done. Fox Sports Live on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
This is the Kings' 4th game of the year. In the previous 3 games, they scored a total of 6 goals and 7 assists. Tonight, in this game, 6 goals and 9 assists. And a 6-0 lead. 4 seconds to go in the power play for the Oilers. That's going to do it. Kings clear it as Pearson drives it. And the Kings are back at full strength. Oilers send it back into the Kings zone. Daryl Sutter needs just 1 win. He may get it in another 4 minutes for 100 regular season wins as the Kings coach. It would be in his 183rd game as King coach, and it would be the fastest Kings coach to get 100 wins.
You're giving it to him already?
I am.
Okay. Daryl Sutter, as Bob was just mentioning, looking for career win number 100 with the Los Angeles Kings. That would get him there quicker than anyone else. And on the right is Jonathan Quick, looking to put a game together that most goaltenders strive for. You've got to have everyone working out. Bailey on the big screen right now as the fat lady singing. So if Andy Murray is watching right now, Bob, I just want to let him know that you're taking it easy on Daryl Sutter. A little easier than you took it on him, and that's a little inside joke. Maybe we'll get a chance to tell that story sooner or later.
Later, probably. Puck cleared up to center ice, and the Oilers drive it down in deep.
Good idea that you're waiting near the end of the game to congratulate him before, as opposed to before the game.
Just to bring you fans in on that, when Andy Murray was here, he needed 1 win to become the Kings' winningest coach, and 11 games to go, and Fox Sports said, interview Andy. And at the end of the interview, I said, Andy.
This is pregame.
Pregame, yeah. I said, Andy, let me be the first to congratulate you on being the Kings' winningest coach. They lost 11 straight.
The rest of the year. Had to wait all summer. Oh, well.
Well, here's one other note. Dean Lombardi, with his win tonight, will become the first Kings general manager to reach 300 wins in his general manager's career with this organization.
Well, Bob, can you imagine how far he's come? He had to blow up this team.
Here's a pass in front, a shot, and knocked down, rebound sent wide. A great chance there for the Oilers as Yakimov came down the right side. Now a shot knocked down. Perron goes for it. He and McNabb bump into each other. And the puck is taken by Nolan. Nolan gets checked. The Oilers going all out now to try and at least get one on the board with 2:35 to go in the third. 6-0 Kings. Here in deep, and a penalty coming up against the Kings as a move was made back at the cutting into the slot, and Draisaitl got knocked down.
Maybe Jarrett Stoll from behind. Hook's going to be the call.
Kings penalty, 28 minutes for hooking.
It is Jarrett Stoll, and Draisaitl, Bob, we talked about him earlier. 6'1", about 210. He's only 18 years old. And he's in that stage where, you have 10 games as a rehearsal as a first-year player before they decide whether they have to send you back to junior, those types of things. I guess 9 games, then they have to make the decision. Cologne, Germany. You just got to work on a few little things, and this will be a good test tonight. Now he's on the bench resting, but good test against the defending Stanley Cup champions.
I've been in Cologne, very nice German city. I think I had maybe some of the best apple strudel I've ever had in Cologne. Puck comes back to the left wing side. Oilers on the power play. 6-0 Kings. Here's Taylor Hall. Hall's pass is held in. Nikitin at the right side. Gets it back over to Hall. He shoots. It's blocked. Back up the middle. Taken there by the Oilers. Left wing side, Schultz gives it to Hall. Back over right side, Nikitin. Nikitin walking in. Kings take it away, and Kopitar clears.
Maybe just a little too fancy there by the Oilers. They did move it around well at the top, but once they got down low, ran out of room, the Kings looking to block some shots to help out the goaltender.
Right at the end of the game, we'll have the 3 stars for you in tonight's game, so stick around for that. And then, of course, Kings Live coming up right after we are finished here. Puck comes down into the King zone, and Regehr slaps it around the boards. 55 seconds to go in the power play, and only 1:19 left in the game here at Staples Center tonight. Back up to center ice. Oilers on the power play. Puck driven down and deep by Yakupov. Taken away. Driven around the boards, but held in now by Draisaitl. He got it down to the corner, and he gets a return pass there from Teddy Purcell. Under a minute to play in the third. 6-0 Kings. Here's Purcell behind the net. Wrap around. Knocked away, and still a loose puck. Yakupov went for it. Didn't get it. Draisaitl has it. Leon Draisaitl drops it off now to Purcell. Up the middle. Shot from there. Deflected up over the net. Picked up by the Oilers again, and a shot and a save by Quick. Quick with a save with 37 seconds to go in regulation. 4 seconds to go in the power play. Shot, save, rebound, not cleared. Held in again, and a save by Quick as firing away was Brad Hunt.
Brad Hunt is on this team right now because of his shot. That's all they really think. Well, that's the one thing that he does bring. I'm not going to say all he brings, but he's a smaller defenseman. He's only 5'9", but Jonathan Quick 3 times at least had to stare down Hunt, who just had a lot of time to wind up and take the shot he wanted. The first 2 he had to just kind of knock off into the corner. Hunt's upset with himself. The last one, of course, Jonathan Quick holds on for the faceoff.
And off the draw. Puck is taken there, and a shot.
Oh!
Score! From the right side, Matt Hendricks sneaked it by Jonathan Quick with 20.9 seconds to go. Quick, if he had had the shutout, would have tied Rogie Vachon for first all-time with the Kings with 32. He makes great saves when the Oilers had some great opportunities, and this one, he's going to be upset because of a bad angle, and it got by him.
That's right. The face-off was there. It wasn't really a controlled puck. It wasn't a great shooting area. It was a quick release by Hendricks, and it looked like Quick got him right between the pads there, and the puck just trickled through.
First of the season for Matt Hendricks. 12 seconds to go in this game. It's going to be the 100th regular season win, fastest in Kings history for Coach Carroll Sutter, his 184th game. Dean Lombardi, as GM, gets his 300th victory right now. Kings win it 6-1. The goal by Hendricks, assisted by Gordon at 19:39 to break the shutout.